Hello there today, viewers. On behalf of the Market 360 advisors here at Stewart-Peterson, I'm Bob Devenport, and this is your Dairy Week in Review for May 23rd, 2014. So let's start out here with taking a look at where CME dairy components settled at the conclusion of this week's trade. It's been a while, but we do have green all the way across the board here this week. Blocks finished the week at 202, even up 2 1/4 cents. Barrels also finished the week at 202, even up 6 cents. Cash butter settled at 218, even up 2 cents on the week. June whey settled at 66.5, up 7/8 of a cent. And June non-fat dry milk settled at 180 1/4, up 1 cent this week. So going over to Class 3 futures, it was a good week overall as well. The June contract finished at 21.06 with a 57-cent gain. The July contract settled at 20.58, also up 57 cents on the week. And we did finish with the 2014 average at a new high for this week of 21.28. That's up 23 cents on the week. So let's shift over now and take a look at our weekly block barrel average chart. So here we have a weekly chart of the block barrel average. Now as you can see here by this green bar, we did have a nice little up week here this week, and that's the first time going back 4 weeks now that we've seen an up week in cheese. And the Class 3 futures definitely like to see the buyers really come back into the cash sessions here and support prices. Really the majority of the gains were seen in Thursday's session, where the buyers really were bidding pretty aggressively, and both the blocks and the barrels were each up 6 cents during yesterday's session. Now today's session was a little bit quieter, where both blocks and barrels settled unchanged on the day, but on the week overall we were able to go up 4 1/8 cents here this week. And again, that's the first up week we've seen, going all the way back to 5 weeks ago here. And cash cheese has really pulled back quite a bit. We're down still about 40 cents from where we were at in March when we put in the contract high at about $2.40 a pound. So going over to our Class 3 futures now, and here we have a daily chart of our second month contract, which is still currently that June contract. Now as you can see on this chart here, we did sell off pretty sharply from that contract high of 21.89 back in the beginning of May, and we sold off really all through the middle of this week, pulling back over 180 cents on the second month contract. But then once the buyers really decided to filter back into cash here in the cheese trade this week, that really helped to support prices. And during Thursday's session, the June contract actually went limit up 75 cents following that strong support from cash, and that's where we settled for the day yesterday. Now today we did finish in negative territory, but again it was still a strong week overall, and that June contract was able to gain 57 cents on the week. Now it's a little bit early to tell yet whether or not that was maybe just a one-day spike due to that first big up day in cash, or if we're going to be able to see some sustained strength here. If we can see some sustained strength, there might be a retest of the all-time high here for the June contract in order. Again, that comes in at 21.89, and that's really going to be the hurdle for things to get over if we're going to see that next big leg higher. So shifting over to some fundamental news, we did get our latest milk production report out this week, and those production numbers are for the month of April. So for April, production came in at 16.3 billion pounds, and that's up 1.2% from April of 2013. Now, once we look at our chart here, 2014 production is represented by this green line here, and you can see that over the past 2 months for April and March, you can see that we're really starting to get some separation there compared to the past couple of years. And that means that production really is starting to pick up a little bit more. Now 1.2% isn't a huge increase, but you can see that's a little bit more of an increase than what we've seen all the way through the first quarter and going all the way through 2013 as well. So a good sign, I guess, as far as production goes, but if we continue to see a lot of production and a really big increase, that could be something that could put some pressure on prices here. Now, we did get that seasonal downtick for the month of April, and we would anticipate seeing a nice pickup again for the month of May. And if we are following that same pattern we've been seeing for a couple months now, the odds are we're going to see some record production for the month of May as well. Now recently I've been getting quite a few questions over the course of the past couple of months about the ongoing drought in California and how that's affecting milk production and whether or not that's going to have a really big impact on the market and the price of milk going forward. So one thing I did here was put together a chart of California milk production just to really illustrate how production has been faring in California throughout this year. Now again, the green line here represents 2014 production and the red line is actually 2013 production. So you can see that going all the way through the first quarter, we've actually seen a year-over-year increase in production. You can see this gap between the red line and the green line is actually pretty wide, meaning that there's actually been quite a nice pickup in production on a year-over-year basis for California. Now that being said, you can see on this red line here that the first quarter of last year was a pretty slow start for California, so that has a little bit to play into why there is such an increase in production. But as you can see though, over 2012, we did come up above 2013 and 2012 here for the month of April. Actually, we are up 1.5% from 2013 for the latest numbers that we have. And on a year-to-date basis, from January through April, production for just the state of California is up 3.7% over 2013. So despite the issues with the drought, they're definitely finding out a way to really keep production up and actually keep production increasing. So production hasn't really taken a hit yet, but if it continues to be a major problem out there and really persists for a very extended period of time, eventually that may catch up to things and we could see a little bit more of a fall off in production. But so far, based on the numbers that we have, things are still looking good and they're definitely producing the milk. So not much as far as fundamental reports go for the week ahead, but just a reminder that the markets will be closed on Monday due to the Memorial Day holiday. That being said, that's going to do it for us today. So thanks for watching and have a great long week.